celebration of our beloved colleague, Professor John Toenjes. So make your way down here to a seat or have a seat at your table. We're going to have a concert of selections of John's repertoire in a few minutes. But before we begin that, I have a few shout-outs to make. First of all, thank you, Christopher Egg. Chris, are you here?
No.
No, okay. He's the owner of this building. We've been working with him to make this happen. And his staff, Brian and Guy and Amanda, thank you so much for giving us this glorious, historic space to have this moment of celebration. Rick Solwyn, where are you, my man? You gotta,
here at all.
you gotta stand up, brother.
All I have is good speakers. That's it.
Audio director of the Critter Center for the Performing Arts showed up here yesterday, sludging here with speakers and microphones and all kinds of other things, and he's making it sound so good. So, we love you. I gotta thank my colleague, Jacob Haynes. And my husband, Sean Murphy, for making this space look so cool. Our biggest thanks go to our collaborating partners. College of Fine and Applied Arts Dean Jacob Pinholster. And the College of Fine and Applied Arts Advancement Team. John Salvani is not here, but I know that Shannon and Amy are, so please give a big wave to them. They've set up the cue cards on the tables here so that you might be a part of being an inaugural donor to the John Toenjes Live Music for Dance Fund. This fund acknowledges John's amazing legacy as our music director, composer, and professor extraordinaire for dance in Illinois for the past 25 years. Funds generated will help us continue the strong tradition of musical excellence in all of our future productions. Now, I want to say a few words about JT. I've got the right because I've known him for 25 years. Okay, we've been friends and colleagues for a quarter century. Well, so I have some things to say about the guy. The thing I've been hearing the most from the Dance in Illinois community is, I'm gonna miss his laugh. And I so agree with that. We have had so many fun times, especially when we used to co-MC the student awards banquets together. Coming up with hilarious, bumbling skits, recapping the entire production season. Did you know that this guy can dance and sing? By the way, in fact, John is really the quintessential Renaissance man. Besides dancing and singing, he is a concert pianist, harpsichordist, percussionist, drummer, sound designer, media designer, composer, and inventor. Interesting fact, when this space we are in right now was still a children's museum, John had an interactive installation exhibited here that my children played with. Oh, and by the way, he speaks Chinese. Jeez. In this day and age of pushing everyone to specialize, John bucked that trend. He did what he was interested in and followed his nose all over campus, interacting and collaborating with Sewell Center, Game Studies, Beckman Center, and on and on. He has a searching, inquisitive mind and a passion for connecting ideas with people and projects and opening up possibilities of interaction with audiences and community. Now, along with that intelligence and multi-focusing comes a certain amount of what I affectionately refer to as the JT Spaciness. That iconic JT habit of moving at his own tempo. Yeah, you agree. From one subject to the next, without always providing the connective tissue other ordinary minds need. But one learns to follow along because he is always interesting. I must admit, however, that I was concerned about him years ago when he came into my office, sat down heavily with a sigh, and said, "We really ought to get a handle on this AI thing." I said, "AI thing? What is AI, John?" "Artificial intelligence." After a brief explanation from John about what that was, I sat there for a few minutes and said to myself, "Oh my God, he has finally lost it." He has watched too many sci-fi movies. What are we gonna do? Maybe I need to get on the phone with his wife, Janice. I thought he had lost it. So you see, JT was ahead of all of us. Only now, years later, has the administration started to create policy around this AI thing. But John had the vision to get its importance right away and the vision to understand that we needed to get on top of it years prior. Okay, this is the part I might lose it. What I'm going to miss the most, of course, is John's dance accompaniment. Some of you may not know that he is a very big deal in the dance accompanist world. It's a thing.
They're very small.
Musicians for dance. A specialty reserved for only the most creative and brave and multi-talented, hearty type of souls. His playing for class has spoiled us for 25 years. At this point, I feel such a companionship and communication with him in this setting that is like a magical, intimate, non-verbal expression, an instant, on-the-top artistic outpouring. This happens because of a sense of trust and mutual respect and a sense of playfulness that sometimes can truly transport, and transform everyone in the room. And I know I'm not the only person with this special connection with him. So this is indeed a bittersweet moment. Saying goodbye, but celebrating a new chapter. But I think I have talked him into composing a work for one of the pieces in our next show in the fall. So even from afar, we will have the opportunity to be awed by his musical uniqueness. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Toenjes.
It's funny because the only other standing ovation I've ever gotten was the very first concert I ever played back when I just graduated from Stanford in 1970. 78, I guess, is when I graduated. Yes, I played an improvisational Renaissance concert, viola da gamba and harpsichord, and we got a standing ovation, and I haven't got one since until right now, so thank you. Yeah, really, on my tombstone, I'm going to write, at least he could play a good modern dance class. That's my epitaph. Yeah, so tonight we're celebrating music, live music for dance. So you've seen the placards. If you have, I'm not good at getting money out of people, but if you have $1, $5, you know, donate it. Because tonight is really all about music for dance. And I've been involved in music for dance ever since 1978 when I was at my girlfriend's house and her roommate had just graduated with his master's in piano performance from Stanford. And the phone rang, I was just hanging out with him, and he said, he was British, I do a terrible British accent, but he said, no, but I have my friend here to do it. So he handed me the phone, and I said, I just graduated, I'm not doing anything, so sure, I'll play some dance classes. So I went over there and discovered that I have a pretty good aptitude for it. I think because my mother was a dancer, my father was a musician, you know, kind of the blood got in there. And ever since I've been in love with dance, and in love with my dancer wife, and all kinds of things. So I've had this, how many years is 78 to 26? A lot of years in the dance studio. So, worked with a lot of choreographers over the years, and so what we're going to do is play some music for you. Yeah. So, we have a piece that I wrote for Sarah Hook, who was just here, called Attic Smells. That's a still from it. And then we're going to follow that up with, well, I'll tell you as we go. So, this piece is kind of dark. It's about the ghost of dead castrato. Do you know what a castrato is? If you don't, ask your neighbor. So Sarah said that she's got this idea for dance, and so she handed me a bunch of music. And of course, my primary classical instrument is the harpsichord. That's a whole new story in itself. So I was thrilled to write this sort of neo-Baroque piece. So right now I'm cutting it down. It's much longer than what you're going to hear tonight. But we have some wonderful performers from the School of Music. You guys want to come up? Yay! The Mandarin thing was a bit of a red herring. I studied Mandarin in high school, and I speak like several words with Andrea, our grad student. But on the violin, we have Shui Qi. And on the bass, we have Xin. And listen on the bassoon. Is going to be our soprano. So this song, this is like 3 or 4 movements from this piece called Attic Smells. The first movement is the harpsichord prologue, and then we have a piece, an aria, and the lyrics are taste, feel, smell, it reeks of the darkness of men. Yeah, it's dark. Yeah. And then, therefore, clean your house, but don't search too much, because what's lost will never be found. If you know what a castrato is. So, here we go. Oh, so after that dark aria, we have an upbeat concerto. And then a little minuet to end. Do we need to tune or by the way, this is not a real harpsichord. That's a Jeff, by the way. Okay, here we go. That was hard. It's hard to play it. Okay, so it changes a lot. This is May Kim, by the way. Didn't even know what she does in life. Meg is an amazing pianist. She's been a rock steady part of our dance accompaniment team for a few years now, right? Yeah. So what's going to happen now is this is a picture of dancers in a dance studio, obviously. And it comes from a little tutorial online I have for how to play music for dance class, which has about 5 views. It's really good though, if you really want to know. And so what we're going to do now is, I wrote a piece for a fellow named Luc Vandier some years ago, and it's called Ease of Water, E apostrophe S, because we had a lot of things to do with E, equilibrium, ecology, whatever. So the piece is for 2 pianos, and Ming is going to play the second piano. But before that, I am going out on a limb. I have not prepared anything for this. I'm going to do a little free improv piano piece. It may be amazing, it may be terrible, but whatever it is, it will be. And then Ming is going to join me for Ease of Water.